Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started on the next bit, which is finishing up our asymptote talk. So I'll do a little bit of a review and then kind of dive into the new stuff. So we're going to share screen. Okay, so we'll use number 2 as our example. Again, today what we actually talked about is we talked about horizontal asymptotes and Y-intercepts. So last time we did vertical asymptotes, holes, and X-intercepts. Today we kind of closed it out. So when we are dealing with a horizontal asymptote or a Y-intercept, the way we want it is we want it in this unfactored form and standard form. So notice unfactored, which means it's not broken into like its chunks. Like if we had factored this factored would have been x plus 4 and x minus 1 over, and if you use Desmos, you would have found out that this is x minus 3 and x plus 2. That's the factored form. That's what we did for our vertical asymptotes, our holes, and our X-intercepts. Well, we're going to focus on this. And what we need to do is we need to look at the degree of the two parts, the numerator and the denominator. And the degree of the numerator is 1, the degree of the denominator is 1. And the rule we have there is that according to the rule, if the numerator and the denominator are the same, we are going to have a horizontal asymptote, HA, horizontal asymptote. It's going to be y equals, and it's going to be the ratio of the coefficients of those two terms. So in this case, it's 1 and 1. It would be 1 divided by 1. The horizontal asymptote will be y equals 1. If, for example, when we look down here, we have one where actually the ratio of the degree of the numerator is 0 here, the degree of the denominator is 2 here. And what ends up happening is, since our degree is smaller up top than it is down below, the horizontal asymptote here would be y equals 0. And then if we have a case where the numerator is larger than, the degree of the numerator is larger than the denominator, like right here, it's 3 versus 2. For horizontal asymptotes, this would be none. It would not have none. So again, the rules. If they're the same, it's the ratio of the two. If the top is smaller than the bottom's degree, it is y equals 0. And if the top is larger than the bottom, the horizontal asymptote is none. I'm going to put a picture up online so you can kind of see these rules. So that's our horizontal asymptote. The next thing we have to do is we have to do Y-intercept. And Y-intercept is going to be the ratio of your constant terms. So in this case, those are my constant terms, -4 and -6. So my Y-intercept is going to be -4 divided by -6, which if you simplify is 2/3. If I look here, my Y-intercept is going to be the ratio of the top number 1 to the bottom number -27. So I have a Y-intercept of y equals -27. And this is a good one for a Y-intercept. Notice I don't have a constant up top. It would technically be +0. So that would be y equals 0 over 9. And that would give me a Y-intercept of 0. And if in the case like this one down here, notice the Y-intercept here would be -2 over 0, which is an undefined thing. That tells me that there's no Y-intercept. Okay, so that was kind of what we talked about today. I'm going to try and see if we get this rule to show up on the camera so we can actually look at it. So we're going to do a stop share first. Stop share. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over here. It's going to kind of jump a little bit, but I want to make sure you can actually all see this clearly. So look, bring it back a little bit. So if we take a look here, let's see if that works. Spin it. Spin it, and I'll make you sick of it. Okay, so we'll take a look at that. And what we have is a bent camera. And our first set of rules are there. Basically, we're saying, if you want to go ahead and look at this, I'll put a copy of it up online so you have it. But these are the rules of finding your vertical asymptotes and holes and your X-intercept. So there's the first little bit. As we go down, there's the rest of it. And then today, that's what we talked about today. Let's open the camera, spin a little bit more. And again, I'll put a picture of that up online so you can take a look at it. We're going to start graphing them on Tuesday. And if you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to do a quiz. The quiz is pretty much going to be on this first piece right here, the vertical asymptote stuff. Have a great weekend.